Have you ever had the police called on you at your work for doing your job? Because that is exactly what happened to me. And in this video, I'm going to tell you the story about when the nightmare neighbour from hell called the police on me for cutting hedges. You all know where this is going, don't you? I think I'm going to need a coffee before I tell this one, because yeah, have a look where I am. So yeah, let's go and grab a coffee and then we'll tell you the story. You all know where this is going, don't you? Now, before we get properly into it, I'm just going to grab myself a coffee because I'm going to need it for this, and then I'm going to find somewhere nice and quiet to park up, because I've just been into my local police station, fairly local, to ask for some body cam footage from the event. And yeah, we all know what's happened there, don't we? So let me park up and we'll get into it. Right, we're all parked up, so let's get straight into it. I'm going to make it nice and sweet and short. I'm not going to tell the whole story. Just want you to get the gist of what's happened. So, I was called to do a job at one of my regular customers' gardens. It backs onto an allotment, right? And the job was to cut back some hedges that was overgrown from an allotment. Pretty straightforward job. So we get there, set up my ladders, get my tools out. The hedge is probably overhanging. It's a beech hedge, but it's got like all sorts of ivy and it's brambles coming out of it. You know, one of them messy. It's coming from the allotment side. It's not actually the customer's hedge, right? So all my job was to cut back it was about 2 or 3 foot that was overhanging into my customer's garden. Cut it back, take it up. Can't do anything with the height. I told the customer this, can't do anything with the height. I'm not allowed to touch the height, but what's overhanging on your property, I'll take back to the property borderline, right? And that's what I did. Now, it's all going well. I'm taking it back. I'm probably about halfway through the job, 45 minutes into the job. And, you know, when you get, I mean, you've got your headphones, or you've got your earmuffs on and stuff like that, and your machine's going, but you know, when you just sort of know when someone's shouting you or calling you or is trying to get your attention. So it just stops, turns my machine off, takes my headphones off, and then this outrage comes out. I can hear this man's voice yelling at me, "What are you doing?" Going off on one, right? So anyway, what's happened is a guy in the allotment, who I'm assuming is just a resident there, has got a plot in the allotment. He's come up to the other side of the hedge. Now bear in mind, it's only a beech hedge, so we can sort of see through it. It's not even a full-on, I shouldn't even call it hedge really, because it's full of brambles and ivy. You get the point, right? So he's come up to his side of it and he's going mad at me, screaming all sorts that I'm breaking the law, I'm disturbing birds nesting, it's not my property to cut back, he's going to phone the police if I carry on, all this. So I kindly explained, listen mate, don't worry, I'm not touching your side, I'm only cutting back what is overhanging onto the customer's property. We have a bit of a back and two about whether I'm allowed to do that. So then he's going on about how it's his property, not my property. I'm causing criminal damage, apparently. I'm breaking the law. He reeled off all these nesting season laws, which, by the way, we're not in nesting season anymore, although I do still check. And I told him this as well. I'm really careful with my hedge work. This job has been put off and put off and put off. So yeah, we've had a big back and two. It's gone on for a good 10 minutes. I ended it with, listen mate, I'm just going to crack on. You step out the way. I'm handling heavy, dangerous machinery. I'm on a ladder. Leave me alone. If you've got a problem, call the police. So he does. He goes off. I see him get thrown out. He goes off. He's shouting at me. I'm like, whatever. In my head, I'm like, right, let's just get this done. So I'm done. So I'll wait here. I'm not going to drive off. I'll wait for the police to come, because at this point I can see he's phoning them. I thought, I'll wait, because the last thing I want is to do that and then drive off, and it doesn't look great, does it? Thankfully, my customer wasn't home to see all this. They know about it now, but they weren't home to see all this. Now, before I get to the point of the police coming, I must say I'm pretty proud with myself at how I've not reacted to this man. You know, I'm pretty chilled out and I'm pretty laid back and I don't let things get to me. But this has happened just after I'd lost my granddad. right? I'd lost my granddad a few weeks before this had happened, and I wasn't in the mood for this shit, man. I just wasn't. This guy was getting so upset over a hedge that he couldn't even see. It wasn't even on his side, man. And it was taking up the customer's property, and I just wasn't in the mood. So I'm pretty proud that I haven't snapped him, took the hedge trimmer to him, or you know what I mean? Now this is where it gets messy, because the police arrived. We're probably half an hour after he's phoned them. To be fair, it's pretty quick really for something that's not really a serious incident. They've arrived really quickly. And now straight away, I must say, the police were amazing. They were really good. And I just felt bad, man. Like, there's other things that they should be doing. They shouldn't be dealing with stuff like this, should be, let's be honest. So I felt bad. But what happens is I carry on. I see the police. I carry on. See the police arrive. They're at the allotment. They've not come to the property. They've come to the allotment. So they've walked in through the allotment, meet the fella. The fella's obviously walked up to some like, oh, it's him, it's him, it's him. And straight away, the police have sort of separated into two. It was two police officers, two fellas. One of them's took, I don't know the officer's name, but one, let's call him Officer 1 and Officer 2. Officer 1 has took this gent to one side, walked away with him to get his side of the story of what's gone on. The other officers come to me and asked me for my side what's gone on. I've said, listen mate, I haven't called you. It's just what's gone on. I'm doing my job. I'm quite within my rights. This guy's come up, blew up on me, not happy. I just want to do my job and go. And this police officer's like, you could see he felt embarrassed to be there. He didn't want to. I think he thought that I was going to get annoyed and I was going to get aggressive and I was going to be a problem. And then once he could see that I literally just wanted to do my job and go, it was brilliant with me. He sat there. He was like, I'm basically, he actually said to me, he said, I'm going to stand here while he's having a chat with him. You carry on. I'll stand here so he leaves you alone and I'll keep the peace. He said, that's basically what we're here to do. We're here to keep the peace. There's nothing we can really do. No crimes being committed. We know that you know that you're in your rights. He's the aggressor. We're going to speak to him. We just want to keep the peace, and then when you're done, we'll get going. And he did. That's exactly what he did. And we were having a little chat before I carried on. Honestly, he was sound. Police officers get a bad name, but he was sound. He could have easily, you know, he could have been a dick to me and said, oh, you know, you shouldn't be doing this. But he didn't. He trusted that I knew what I was doing. He let me crack on, and he dealt with this other fella. This other fella has obviously at this point been told by the officer that I'm doing nothing wrong, and he did not like it. So he comes back over like a little chihuahua, yapping at me, going off on one. The police are saying, listen mate, calm down, calm down. He's swearing at me, he's going mad. Then this is where it gets bad. Then he picks up like this, it was about that long of a chunk of a branch, but a thick branch, you know, like that I've cut off. He picks it up and he throws it at me, launches at me, and it hits me here, like on my shoulder. And I'm on the ladders at this point. It's dangerous, man. So he's assaulted me in front of the police. And straight away, this police officer's got him and said, listen, mate, you can't do that. Come over, I need to talk to you. So they've gone over there, talked to him, separated it. This police officer that was with me has said, are you all right? I said, yeah, I'm all right, mate. I'm fine. I just want to do my job. I'll crack on, I clean up, I do everything. I throw all the stuff over, and I say to the police officer, listen, it's not my customer's property. I'm throwing it back over so he can't say that I'm stealing it. The police officer was not bothered at all. He did not want to be there. He was embarrassed to be there. It was a joke. So we've done all that. We've cut the hedge. We've been interrupted. I've finished up. I've cleaned up. I've thrown all the waste over. Police officer says to me, do you want to do anything about him throwing the branch at you? I was like, what do you mean? He's like, he's assaulted you. Do you want me to put that forward as a complaint? Do you want to go ahead with it, or do you just want to leave it? I said, nah. It's like, I just want to leave it, man. It's like, I just want to leave it. Just like, listen, I just want to finish this job, get paid, and go to my next job. I was like, I'm not here to have problems. I was like, but could you please educate him so that this does not, because I'm probably going to get called back to this job again. Can you please tell him that he can't do that? He's just got to leave me to it. I'm doing nothing wrong. If this was a house that I was backing onto, I would go round to the house and I would say, this is what I'm doing. Do you want your cuttings back? Don't worry. I'm not taking any height off. I'm not cutting back anything on your property. I'm only cutting back the overhang. Would you like the clippings, the cuttings back, or should I dispose of them? And that is literally what I would have done. But I can't do that with it being an allotment. There was no one there at the time. He's obviously turned up as I'm halfway through. After all this has gone on and he's been told off, he's obviously seen his arse that I've been allowed to carry on. He thought he was going to ring the police, they were going to come, they were going to tell me off, I was going to stop doing it and he was going to win. And when that's not happened, he's seen red, thrown this stick at me, gone off on one, he's then gone off at the police. This guy's, he's a grown man, he's in his late, I'd say he's in his late 40s, early 50s. And he's now going off, after having a go at me and throwing a stick on me, he's now going off at the police. So, I didn't know at this point, but at the end, when I spoke to the police officer that stayed with me, police officer number 2, he said to me, he said, we did arrest him for a public order offence. So he's been arrested anyway. Do you want to do anything about the assault? Are you sure you don't want to be doing anything about the assault? I was like, I don't want to do anything about the assault, mate. I was like, I'm not bothered. I was just like, I'm not hurt. Nothing bad happened. I just want to get on with it and move on. So as I find out that he's been arrested, I'm like, what is going on? You know, over the sake of someone cutting a hedge back, like, you gone and got yourself arrested, man. And if you're watching this, mate, like, just chill out, man. Life's too short to get that angry. I thought you were going to have a stroke or a heart attack that day. Like, you were so angry. I used to have anger problems when I was younger, right? I used to get angry at some stuff, but I've never been that angry over something like that. That's a problem, man. If for somehow you found this video and you're watching, you need to get that sorted, man, because you're only going to do yourself more harm. That's no way to live. Chill out. Yeah, so what was meant to be a really simple hour-and-a-half job turned into about a 2.5, 3-hour job with a load of drama in the middle that I can't get the body cam footage for, because the police in the police station are telling me that to get the body cam footage, I've got to write to them. I was like, I've just drove here. I was like, I'm not asking you to send it me on a file. Just see if you can find it and show me, and I'll take a little video on my phone so I've got it. Unfortunately, sir, we can't do that. Flipping hell. So, from now on, any job that I do like that, I'm going to record. I'm going to take before and after pictures like I always do, but I'm going to record the job. And I advise anyone else to do the same, just in case something happens and you've got yourself covered. Has that ever happened to you before? Have you ever had the police called? We've all had neighbours from hell when we're doing hedges and stuff like that, and the old debate of where the boundary is and you can't cut my hedge. We've all had that, but have you ever had the police called on you before and a neighbour arrested? Let me know. I'm sure someone else, but not many. I don't think that's ever going to happen to me again. Maybe it will when I go back to do that job next year, who knows. But yeah, that was it. So yeah, let me know in the comments what mad situations you've had. Have the police ever been called? Have you ever been assaulted by a neighbour? I'm sure we've all had abuse. Let me know in the comments. Get your stories in, tell me. I'll have a read of them. Really enjoy the comments. They're brilliant, some of them. It makes me realise I'm not the only one that goes through these things. So let me know. Give us a thumbs up on the video. Make sure you're subscribed if you're enjoying the channel. And I'm going to keep posting a video at least once a week. So the next video is going to be a good one. So make sure you're subscribed and you'll be notified for that. But until then, all the best. Have a good day. It's still growing, so we're still mowing. Just about. It's just starting to rain actually. But I'm going home now anyway. But yeah, all the best, all the good stuff. Thumbs up. Can't get your comments in. Give us a subscribe. Thanks for watching.